Okay, cool. It's 29th of September. Looking at my clock on my dashboard. Um, just a little update of where I am at the moment. I'm back at home for the weekend. I'm back to Liverpool in another hour or so. Just jumping on the train and heading north to go back to work. This week I'm prepping the episode 5 of season 3 of Tin Star, which is a Sky UK and Amazon Prime television show, of which I'm the cinematographer. So that entails having lots of meetings, scouting lots of locations, and making like spreadsheets and things of what we're going to do when we actually film the show, so that we can organise the logistics and the what we're going to do really, basically, and hopefully make it as smooth running as possible to get everything that we need in the 3 weeks that we have to shoot each episode. Yeah, as far as the rest of my life goes, it's been really up and down lately. I have had a funny week. I think this is the first week that I could say that my feelings, my emotions, have maybe been affected more by my HRT. I'm not sure that's necessarily the case, but it certainly feels like it, as if you were kind of like comparing everything happening in my life, like what big changes there are. HRT is one of them. So about a month ago, I just blocked my testosterone, which is an injection that I would have every 3 months from now on until I lose my testes. And that just cuts my testosterone down to zero, essentially. So the biggest change, I think, other than taking estrogen itself, is the fact that now there's no testosterone to counter any estrogen. So I'm kind of at a lower than cis female range, as my estrogen is still climbing, but my testosterone is basically zero. And women have a little bit of testosterone produced, so that it can affect moods and things like that. I've just felt my feelings have been really bubbling to the surface massively. I've been more on edge, more prickly. Just and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think I'm happy to feel. I think for a long time I was kind of very flat and couldn't, and just feel like I lost a lot of my emotional ability, my range of emotions, and so I have great happiness at the moment and great sadness at the same time. Frustration. People can set me off a little bit more who I might otherwise just be like, whatever. But yeah, it's all in all a good thing. It just means that I've got a new normal to get used to in some ways, and manage myself socially and in the world, and my own inner monologue, which is more of the issue. Like, how do I maintain my cool inside and keep my positive attitude, which I do have. I'm a very optimistic person. This transition is a joy to me. I wouldn't go backwards for anything. In fact, if I couldn't continue my HRT for some reason, I'd be very devastated. So yeah, it's all in all kind of interesting. But like today is a good example. I've just watched a documentary series which I love called Abstract on Netflix, which is about design. And in each episode follows a designer of a different field: architecture, typography, clothing, cars, theatre. And every single one of these episodes makes me fall for the person in the subject in the documentary, because of their engagement, their curiosity, their creativity, their optimism, and there's this just pure creative nature of them. And of course they're all very successful, but they always make me cry. Like I'm in tears of kind of appreciation and joy by the end of it. And the latest one, on Neri, who's a leader at MIT in biological architecture, amongst other things, was just incredible. And she's an incredibly beautiful, amazing woman as well. And you can see how her charm pulls people into her orbit, and her optimism, her engagement in the world again, despite having seen lots of different things, being from Israel. So yeah, would highly recommend that. But it just illustrates that, at the end of a show like that, I can be moved to tears much more easily than maybe before, and kind of have that feeling at the moment. I'm right on the edge of needing a really good cry, which again, I'm smiling about it because I kind of appreciate that it's a great thing. To feel and to kind of be engaged and to kind of have things come in But I just have to work on maintaining my sense of spirit on top of it, because being trans is hard. It's easy to have negative thoughts come in from the outside, from reading too much on bad social media. I like social media, but some of it can be bad. Some of it can be damaging to trans people. There is definitely a movement of anti-trans sentiment out there, and it's a minority as far as I've found in my day-to-day life, but it's vocal, and it can just grind you down a little bit and make you feel unsafe. And so blocking out those sort of things and maintaining my spirit in that I'm doing a positive thing for myself, and that I'm getting to where I want to. I'm on the way to where I want to be. Whatever that ending is of some sort. It's just a better life, potentially. Living how I need to live and want to live. I just need to keep. Some days I just lose my optimism, and I struggle. And but yeah, so today the thing to do, maybe that's going to help me, is do this. Is talk to you. Is put something out there into the world that expresses how I feel about it, and maybe someone might watch it and feel the same way, and that's cool. So I think I'm not sure I can really put much more into that. I would also say that I got, I make a reasonably good living on what I do for my job, so I tend to buy new iPhones quite often. So super consumery modern person that I am. But I would say that the slow motion selfie thing is hilarious. I will try and upload one or two of those because they're very funny. And I had myself in stitches the other night, just pulling funny faces in slow motion, and it's pretty good. That's another aside, but there you go. Hope everyone watching is in a good place, or getting to a good place that they need to get to. If you're transitioning, I'm with you, and as everyone should be, as you grow and change and learn and find out who you are and what you need, and hopefully are living with the joy that you can. I'm trying, and it's good, step by step. Okay, cool. See you next time. Bye.